up YouTube, Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming to you guys with a brand new video. Today, we're going to be doing a case crack. It's Savage Strike time, guys. And we've got a whole case of the new booster set to open for you on camera. So we're going to be doing things a little differently this way around. We're actually going to be cracking this one with a little bit of cross editing. We're going to open all of these boxes, don't get me wrong, in this video, but we're not going to make you sit here for 40 minutes while we try to open them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turbo through this all on camera and showcase to you guys the more notable pulls and slow the camera down there and then. What I'll also do is I will post these as separate box openings later on the channel, so that we can still get the kind of slower and full commentary from me, because God knows I'm still going to sit here and talk all the way through it, but I didn't want to make the case opening video 40 minutes long. I wanted to make sure that you guys who are coming by to see what's in the video and what's in the case get your information fairly swiftly. So, let's tip this bad boy up and open our case out. So, I've only got a really small table and I didn't really think this one through. So let's see how this thing goes. So, we have box 1, box 2, this is not going to fit, box 3, box 4, box 5, I'm going to have to pull this back just a little more. Box 6, box 7, box 8, box 9, box 10, and then for the last 2, if they tumble on out of there and we throw the box away, boxes 11 and 12. So guys, what we're going to do, and the rules of this one, we are going to crack all of these boxes. Every time the seal, the Konami seal, comes off one of these boxes, the box will not leave the shot. I know how you guys love for these cases to be fair, and I'd hate to misrepresent anything for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these out of shot, and this is where we're going to cut into box number 1. So I figured this would work perfectly for box 1 and 2. For box 2, we're going to move it over here so it's ever so slightly in the edge of shot, and we're going to get immediately stuck in to box number 1. Let's have a look in this one. So, Swordmaster, Cyburst Wicked, Incantation, Ritual Spell, Trickstar Fusion, and Valkyrie Sechest, or Sekest, is our first secret rare. Not sure how I feel about this card. It reads really well. This card is special summoned. You can special summon 1 Valkyrie monster from your deck except Sechest, and during your main phase you can send the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. So it's an immediate tutor that summons a Valkyrie immediately out of the deck and then mills 2 of your opponent's cards. I feel like there's got to be some opportunity for this card to be good, but for the moment there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in it, but we'll see how it plays out. Salamangreat, Violent Chimera, and Ghost Meets Girl, as Shiranui's story. I had a look at this card earlier on, really quite like what it can bring to the Shiranui archetype, so... And our second secret is actually going to be here. It's Psychic Wheel Rider. So Psychic Wheel Rider, really cool new Psychic tuner. I really need to sit down and actually playtest this guy, because, I mean, look at him. He looks really, really cool, and his effect seems really great. More production again, and one of my top picks for the set, Cyburst Quantum Dragon. I really like this guy. I really like the protection effect that he gives to your monsters, so that's a great pull to have out of there. I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya. And then we have Trickstar Corobane. So Trickstar Corobane is the Trickstar in Archetype Honest. So I hear a lot of people hyping this card up, so we'll see what it brings to the table. TG Star Guardian. It is going to be our 4th Ultra. I really like the new TGs in the set. I especially hope we pull at least one of the secret rares in this case. But overall, that brings us to the end of our first box. The Fire Charmer, Ablaze, and Danger Ogo Pogo. What a fantastically named card. Again, one of my top 5 picks for the set. The new Danger on the block, the Foolish Burial. He looks really cool in the flesh. So he is card number 0. Yeah, unfortunately I had to realise the zeros aren't the sneak peek cards anymore. So my sincerest apologies if I misled anyone before. And then we have a pot of extravagance. Let's go, guys. Definitely the chase secret of the set for the sheer draw potential it adds to a lot of control decks that don't really care too much about their extra deck. Trickstar Corobane. Another Cyberse Quantum Dragon. So our Ultras rounding off in this box again, fairly similar. And TG Trident Launcher. This was a card I personally was hoping we'd pull in this one. Really big fan of what the TGs are bringing to the new archetype. To their archetype in terms of the new additions. So I'm really excited to bring you guys some content with Trident Launcher. Guard Dragon, Cataclysm, and another TG Trident Launcher. So, and World Legacy Guard Dragon. I need to have a read of this whole Guard Dragon archetype. I hear that it's just insane. And Witch's Strike, our first Witch's Strike of the set. I was not too big of a fan of Witch's Strike, but we'll see how it goes going forwards. If your opponent negates the normal or special summon of a monster or monsters, or the activation of a card effect, destroy all cards your opponent controls and in their hand. Again, a card that I wasn't the biggest fan of, but in some of the track-based decks, we may see Witch's Strike seeing a bit more play. So that's going to be going with our TG Trident Launcher. And Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. That's a really gorgeous card, actually. And Final Light, the Ultra for the Valkyrie deck, the Soul Charge, if you will. Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui story. It's the 3rd Shiranui card, well, the 3rd Shiranui Ghost Meets Girl that we've pulled. So we've got a full playset of those already. Is going to be Psychic Wheel Rider. Again, if you control level 3s, special summon this guy. So he's really cool, really, honestly, the tuner of the set. Right, another Danger Ogo Pogo. And so skipping through, another Witch's Strike is going to be our 2nd secret rare of the box. And we are going to pull the Borrowload Savage Dragon, the cover card of the set. This guy is just absolutely gorgeous and an absolutely phenomenal synchro monster. Definitely going to find himself as a staple of your level 8 toolbox. He's completely generic. He's essentially a negate, which is just so solid. You are going to have gone through a synchro when you summon this. Going to have gone through a link when you summon this. He's obscene and definitely deserves a place in pretty much every deck that contains a tuner. Incantation, Shadow Slime, and another copy of Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's story. Do when I pull an Ultra. So we've got Rocket Synchron in here, just going in here, and Cyburst Quantum Dragon. So that is going to be the third copy of that we actually pulled so far as well. So Fire and Cyburst Quantum Dragon. And our first copy of Fantastical Dragon, Phantasme, or Thanos Dragon, as I'm told. He looks just like Thanos, and I really can see it with his armor. This card was my top pick for the set. Really, really hyped for the things this is going to do when you're going second into really large board decks. A tradition, we have pulled another copy of Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's stories. Blast! TG Star Guardian. Again, an Ultra I really like. It allows for so much recursion in the TG deck. Trickstar Diva Ride. So is that a bit of a... What is going on with that top border as well? That is just a really weirdly printed top border to that card. Is that a misprint? Divaridis? Who knows? We'll see. We're going to put her to the Ultra pile, and we'll see if another Divaridis comes up. We'll see what she looks like, because that is rare in the form of another TG Trident Launcher. Vegeta, Fire Charmer, a Blaze, and it seems like this is a common thing across all of them, because we have another Trickstar Divaridis that has that same dark patch along the top border, so I'm not sure why that's showing on there. That is an interesting print anomaly. Shiranui's Skill Saga Supremacy is going to be our Ultra, so 2 Ultras sitting on that right side of the box. And Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine, Mecha Thunder King, as our first secret rare in this set. And Danger Ogopogo as our Ultra. And a Trickstar Live Stage. Trickstar Live Stage, a card that again interests me, looks really, really cool. Adds a Trickstar monster from your graveyard to your hand instead of from your deck to your hand. Unless you special summon Trickstar tokens, giving you a little bit of acceleration. So I'm interested to see if that gives a much needed boost to the Trickstar deck. World Arc and World Legacy Guard Dragon. For us, a TG Star Guardian. It's going to be our Ultra right off the bat. Secret early in the box? No, but we are going to see Shiranui, Skill Saga, Supremacy, and a Rocket Synchron. They're playable. Detonate, Deleter, and our third copy of Psychic Wheel Rider as our secret rare. See, this one does not have the dark marking on the top of the card like the other ones did. This one seems to be normally printed. The last pack brings us another pot of extravagance. So we've had 2 pots of extravagance from the set so far. It's gonna be Final Light. There's one of our ultras. Not the ultras that I'm trying to find, but we'll take what we're given at this point. And our 6th copy of Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's story. Rocket Synchron, and the 3rd pot of extravagance. Here we go, guys. The whole playset in our hands. The new pot, the new draw card, the new power card of the game of the control decks. Trickstar Divaritas again, not with that top border darkening. It's going to give us a Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy and another Speed Burst Dragon. Synchron and another Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's story. It is going to be another super anti-kaiju war machine, Mecha Thunder King. Apple of Enlightenment and Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. Synchron and another Trickstar Divaritas. Option Apple of Enlightenment and another Borrowload Savage Dragon. 2nd one of the case, potentially. Instruction and Trickstar Live Stage. And Danger, Oggo Poggo. And World Legacy, God Dragon. Because it's going to be a Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. Psychic Wheel Rider is our first secret of box number 10. Dolce. And Final Light as our final ultra. Find Phantasmal Dragon Phantasme. Cyberse Synchron and our first secret, the 3rd copy of Witch's Strike for the case. Cyberse Synchron and the Cyberse Quantum Dragon. Trickstar Live Stage as our other secret, so we're finding our secrets darn early. TG Star Guardian. Borrowload Savage Dragon. 2 ultras in a row. Another Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's story. And a 4th pot of Extravagance. It's always good to see high numbers of the Chase Secret in the set, so this one is going to be one we can pass on for sale. Excellent. Trickstar Diva Redis is our first Ultra of box 12. No one gets me a Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. Cyber Synchron, and the last secret we're going to pull is Trickstar Live Stage. And a Borrowload Savage Dragon. Danger Ogo Pogo, the best named card in the set, and a Trickstar Fusion. That brings us to about the end of the full case must. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the recap coming right now. Alrighty then guys, welcome back to the case roundup video. So we're going to go through all of the ultras and short prints of the good boy that we pulled from the whole case, and then we'll go through and tally the secrets that we finalized. I was going to do the supers and the rares, but honestly that was going to about quadruple the length of the video. So in terms of the good boy Luffy Lupine, we'll put him along the top. We pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, one for every single box in the entire case. So interesting level of short printing there on this guy. Kind of glad to see he wasn't a secret rare. Keeps his price down and keeps the Thunder Dragon decks alive for another format. For our ultra rares, we're going to start off with Borrowload Savage Dragon. We pulled 4 copies of Savage Dragon across the whole case. A fair amount. Would have liked to see a little bit more of him, being that he's the cover card and he's obscenely good, but 4 will have to do. We then pulled 4 copies of TG Star Guardian. TG Star Guardian, honestly a card that I'm really hyped for with the TG archetype, so we'll see how he plans out and if he has any kind of effect on the metagame going forwards. We then pulled 5 copies of Cyberse Quantum Dragon, another one that I was a really big fan of, so a really great pick for the set. Glad to see it in such heavy quantities. Really hoping we see a lot of combo decks making use of this to really protect their fields. For Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy, I don't think I'm going to be able to spread these all the way out. We are actually going to be able to. We've pulled 7 copies of Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. Not too great because it's not that meta relevant, but 7 copies it is. I'm sure there will be people who will be interested in picking these up. Then for Trickstar Diva Redis, we ended up pulling 6 copies of the new Trickstar Link Monster. I think we're gonna have to tidy this up in a minute. Let's move the first pile away. For Danger Ogo Pogo, we ended up pulling 5 copies of Ogo Pogo throughout the whole kit. All good. And then for the last monster of the set, we pulled 2 copies of the Trickstar Honest Trickstar Corobane. Then for the Guard Dragon support, we ended up pulling 4 copies of World Legacy Guard Dragon. And then for the Valkyries, we ended up pulling 3 copies of Final Light, so a playable playset there. And then rounding out the end of the case, we ended up pulling 8 copies of Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's story. An absolute inordinate amount of these, but I think our top heavy ratio on secrets more than easily made up for them. But that brings me to the end of the ultras. Let's tidy up real quick for the secret rares. Stack these all over here. So for the secrets, we pulled 1 and 2 copies of Fantastical Dragon. Phantasme would have been good to see a playset, but 2 is what we will take. We then also pulled 2 copies of Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine Mecha Thunder King. The out to Kaijus, if you're building a board, this is the hand trap you want to play. We then pulled 2 copies of Valkyrie Chest, which is pretty good. It is the least valuable secret rare in the set, so we didn't want to see that in an abundance. But the thing we did want to see in abundance was the 4 copies of Pot of Extravagance that we pulled throughout the case. Great to see. That's 3 to play and 1 to pass on to other players. Then in terms of the Witch's Strike, we pulled 3 copies of the new Witch's Strike. I think this card has been growing on me the more and more I've thought about it, and I definitely think that control decks like Paleo and Altergeist are going to want a piece of Witch's Strike. We then pulled 4 copies of Psychic Wielder, the card that I'm really hyped to see in a few combo decks, and especially in Burning Abyss. I think this card could be really strong for decks that really rely on going second and blowing people out. Then in terms of, I think honestly my favourite fun card in the deck, TG Trident Launcher, we pulled 3 copies of this guy. Don't think he's going to be all that great, but a secret rare print is nice, and it's going to be good to play some decks with Trident Launcher. And then as the last secret rare, we pulled 4 copies of Trickstar Live Stage. So yeah guys, that brings me to about the end of this case video. You're going to likely have seen a lot of these videos in multiple parts, in multiple formats, because I'm going to make the most of this and put this in preferable viewing formats for as many people as possible. But I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see me do more of these case cracks in the future, as and when new sets are released to us. I definitely have the means to do so. But with that said, I hope you've all enjoyed. You've been a wonderful audience. I've been Jamie the Kid 00. This has been about 4 hours worth of recording. I'll see you guys next time for some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. Peace out. Bye-bye.